Aloha! Welcome to our prenatal solar plexus flow. For this class, you can have 2 blocks, a blanket, and a bolster handy. If you don't have blocks or a bolster, you can use pillows for your bolster and find something supportive and stable to use as a block. Let's begin seated. If you'd like to come to a seat up on something such as your bolster or a blanket, you're welcome to. I'm using a blanket that I'm folding over for extra height and support. So come to an easy cross-legged position. We'll begin to take some Sufi rolls by circling our torso in one direction. You can circle as much or as little as it feels comfortable, or you have the space to do so with your belly. And start to circle in the opposite direction. And we'll start to come back to center and then rock our pelvis back and forth, almost like a rocking chair. So this is really great for prenatal health, to keep things moving and fluid down in the womb area. We'll do about 20 of these. Have fun with it. Today's class is going to be focused on our solar plexus chakra. Our solar plexus is located just at the navel center. It's a little more masculine and fiery in quality, and it has to do with our confidence and will. Take a few more rocks here. And then come back to center and shrug the shoulders up towards the ears and back down, just loosening up the shoulders and neck. Relax the shoulders back down, reach your left arm out towards the side, and then cross it over your chest. Draw your right arm underneath to support your left arm, and just open the shoulder up here. Release and switch sides. Right arm reaches out and across the body. Support your right arm with your left arm by bending your elbow underneath it, and stretch out the shoulders. Release the arms, sweep them up towards the sky, then interlace the hands behind the back and bring your fists towards the left side of your hip. Reach the crown of the head up towards the sky, and then drop your right ear towards your right shoulder to find a sweet release through the left side of your neck. Inhale, bring the head back up and the fists over to the right side of your hip. Then drop your left ear towards your left shoulder to open up the right side of the neck. Breathe. Gently draw the head back to center, release the arms, and make your way out of your seat and onto hands and knees. You can use your blanket underneath your knees for extra padding. Now, because we're focusing on a solar plexus flow, we will be working on our side and back core, and we'll be finding a little bit more of an energizing flow today. First, come into cat and cow. As you inhale, send your belly low, and as you exhale, draw your belly in and up gently towards your spine. Take another round. Then come back to a nice neutral spine. Extend your right arm forward and your left leg back behind you. If it's too intense to have your left leg lifted, bring your toes down to the earth for support. Flip your right palm down and draw your right arm to the right, left leg to the left. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, release the limbs back down. Inhale, left arm and right leg up. Reach them in the opposite direction from one another on your exhale. Inhale back to center. Exhale, release back down. Inhale, right arm and left leg lift. Exhale, reach them away from each other. Inhale back through center. And exhale, release. Other side. If you find this too challenging or wobbly, again, just keep your back leg down and do the movements but with your foot grounded onto the earth. Or, as always, you can come into child's pose at any point to take a rest. Listen to your body as you keep alternating between the sides. Because we are pregnant goddess mamas, we can't do traditional abdominal core workouts, but we can strengthen our core back body and our core side body. So this is an excellent way to keep strengthening our core without putting stress on our bellies. One more round on each side. Last time. And come back to center and take 3 rounds of cat and cow here. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Come back to a neutral spine. Extend your left leg back behind you and seal the outer edge of your left foot onto the earth, opening the chest up towards the side of the room. You can reach your left arm up towards the sky or support your belly with your left hand. If you're feeling wobbly, by all means, reposition yourself up against a wall. This is a modified Vashisthasana or side plank. Please remember it as we give a little more challenging variations later in the practice. Make your way into your first downward dog by lifting the hips up towards the sky. Take 3 rounds of breath and feel free to bend into one knee or into the other. Then bend both knees deeply and release them back down into hands and knees, all fours. Now, you can come back into your modified Vashisthasana by extending your left leg back behind you, or lower your right forearm, hips and knees down onto the mat. I'm choosing to lift my hips and knees for this next exercise. If you're in your 3rd trimester, please lower your knees down to the earth the whole time. Then we'll begin just to do little pulses by lifting the hips up for no more than 5 seconds and lowering them back down. So hips lift up and then lower. You can support your belly by bringing your left arm onto the underside of the belly as you lift and lower. Again, just working the side core. Then lower the hips back down. Gently press yourself up to all fours and come into a wide-legged child's pose. I have not used any props. My belly's not that big yet, but if you are in your 3rd trimester or later in your 2nd, feel free to use a bolster under the head. Prop yourself up so that there's space for your belly. And slowly begin to make your way into your downward dog by tucking the toes and lifting the hips up and back. Take an inhale, bend your knees deeply, and on your exhale, walk your feet to the top of your mat in a wide-legged stance. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Nice deep bend into the knees. Inhale, rise all the way to stand. And exhale, draw the hands to prayer in front of the heart. Separate your feet pretty wide here. Bend your knees and find Utkatasana, chair pose. Feel grounded and stable through your feet and legs. Then draw your right forearm onto your legs and extend your left arm up towards the sky. This is about as much of a twist as we want in a pregnancy. Make sure that you're not twisting at your navel, but really the opening is coming from the heart center. Then inhale, come back to your chair pose, and exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees, sit the hips back, chair pose, right forearm to the thighs, left arm up towards the sky. Breathe. Inhale back through center. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees, inhale, chair pose. Right forearm to the thighs, left arm up towards the sky. Inhale, exhale, and then forward fold. Find your block, and we'll make our way into half moon pose. Bring your right foot to the top of your mat, and your right hand onto your block about a foot in front of your pinky toe. Then lift your left leg up and open your hips up towards the sky. Either support your belly with your left hand or extend your left arm up towards the sky if it feels okay for you. Again, come to a wall and put your whole back onto the wall if it makes you feel more supported. More seasoned yogis, you're welcome to take Chapasana here. Release the grip if you have it. Bend into your right knee and lower your left foot down to the mat, rising into Warrior Two. Use your left hand to support your belly if you'd like. Then flip your right palm up towards the sky, reach up and back to reverse your warrior. Cartwheel the hands down to the mat, step back, lower the knees, and take 3 rounds of cat and cow. Shift your block off to the side, and if you used your blanket to pad the knees in our core exercises on the first side, you'll do that here as well. Make your way to all fours with or without your blanket under the knees. Extend your left arm forward and your right leg back, then bring them out towards the side. Inhale back to center, exhale, release. Inhale, right arm and left leg up, out towards the side on your exhale. Inhale back to center and release. Other side, keep it moving. Make sure your breath is still flowing and you're not holding it at any point as you move from side to side. We'll do a total of 5 per side on this round, just like the first. If you need to take a break at any point, please take a break, come to child's pose, don't do anything I tell you to do. It's your practice, it's your body. Listen to that first. Last round on each side. You can do it. And come back to center. Cat and cow. Reset the spine. Feel your breath. Maybe your heart beating just a little bit faster in your body. Come back to center, plant your left palm, extend your right leg back behind you and seal the foot down. Then either reach right arm up towards the sky or support your belly for our modified Vashisthasana. Remember, you can come back to this pose as we move into the other variation. Release your right hand back down and into a wide-legged child's pose. Two more breaths. Slowly rise back up. Either find your modified Vashisthasana or release your left forearm down to the earth. Lower slowly down onto your left hip with knees lifted or knees lowered if you're in your 3rd trimester. And reach your right arm up towards the sky. Or support your belly with your right hand. Whatever you choose, begin to pulse your hips up towards the sky, holding for no more than 5 seconds As you can see, I've decided to demonstrate 145 variations of this posture. If you're in your third trimester, you'll do what I am doing in this exact moment. Knees down, supporting your belly, little hip lifts. That hot ass mess is over. Let's move on. Make your way to downward dog. Take 5 full rounds of breath here. Widen the legs if you need to. Most importantly, breathe. And put a bend into the knees. Walk your feet to a wide-legged stance at the top of your mat. Inhale, lift your heart halfway. Exhale, melt the chest down. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale as you melt. Last time, inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Bend into the knees. Inhale, rise to stand. And exhale, hands to prayer in front of the heart. Find a wide-legged stance, bend your knees, Utkatasana chair pose. Left forearm to your thighs, right arm's going to reach up towards the sky. Again, do not twist from the navel center, but instead feel this opening across your heart. Maybe a smile on the face. Inhale back to your chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees. Inhale, chair pose. Left forearm to your thighs, right arm up towards the sky. Breathe. Inhale to your chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Left forearm to the thigh, right arm up. Exhale, forward fold. Find your block. And place your left hand onto your block about a foot in front of your left pinky toe. Stamp your left foot into the earth and lift your right leg up, turning your right toes out towards the side. Come to a wall if you need more support. And if you'd like, you can reach your right arm up or support your belly with your right hand. If you fall out, like I just did, don't worry about it. Take your time to come back into the variation of the pose that feels sustainable for you. Yogis who played with Chapasana on the other side, you'll find that variation here for balance. Stay with your breath, especially if you're wobbly. If you have the grip on the leg, release, bend into your left knee. Release your right foot down onto your mat and find Warrior 2 on the other side. Support your belly with your back arm if you'd like. Then flip your left palm up towards the sky. Reverse your warrior. Cartwheel your hands down to the earth. Step back. Lower your knees. 3 rounds of cat and cow. Come to a neutral spine, widen your knees, child's pose. If you would like to bend your elbows and bring reverse prayer behind your head, I invite you to do so. And a gentle reminder to prop yourself up as much as you need to in your child's pose. Begin to make your way out of your child's pose. Make your way to a seat. This next pose is Virasana. If you have knee issues, feel free to come to an early Shavasana. Otherwise, we're going to bring our knees together, separate our heels, and lower our hips in between our heels, either onto the earth, onto a block, or onto stacked blocks. Here's a side angle of the posture, just to be clear. And so if you are using a block, you'll lift your hips, lower your hips either onto a block or two. And if you're feeling this here in your quads and in your ankles, you can stay with your body upright and just breathe. This is a wonderful place to stay. If you do feel like you want to come down into a deeper variation of the posture, you can stack your blocks so that they make a little stairway. Bring your bolster up and onto your blocks. Then find your Virasana pose in your lower body here. Take your hair out for freedom and comfort. Bring your hips to the base of the bolster, and then gently release your back onto your bolster and let your arms go out towards the sides. You'll feel this beautiful opening through your heart center, and this lengthening through your abs that's gentle. And then just start to settle into your breath and drop in deeper and deeper with each inhalation and with each exhalation. Take 3 more rounds of breath. And slowly begin to make your way out of your Virasana by pressing your hands into the mat. If you're reclined, lifting your chest up and off of the bolster. And if you're seated, bringing your hands forward in front of you onto your mat so that you can lift your hips, move your legs off to the side, and come into a seat. Move your props off to the side, and if you'd like to sit up on something, you're welcome to, as we end practice with Brahmari Pranayama, which is a beautiful breathwork exercise that babies in womb love. So come to a comfortable seat, bring your thumbs to your ears and plug your ears, and we'll hum with the lips sealed. So take an inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, You can practice this a few more times. It should sound like a bumblebee buzzing in your ear, but soft and gentle, not irritating. If you want to pause the video and practice your Brahmari breath a few more times, you're welcome to do that. Then release your hands down onto your knees with palms up for energy and receiving, as this was a more energizing practice for our solar plexus chakra. Gently draw your hands to your belly Thank your baby for practicing with you today. Hopefully, this practice will give you the will and determination and drive to accomplish everything you want to while you're in quarantine, and to feel confident that things will work out for you and your family. Draw your hands to prayer in front of your heart and bow in gratitude for showing up to practice. Thank you so much for joining me. In love and in health, namaste.